Oh, damn. I'm not even ready for ORB. So many promos this morning. Jeez, prop firms went all in. Good morning, guys. We'll say our hellos in a bit. See what the opening trade does. Volatility is lower, so maybe the opening range trade will be good. Big momentum push. Let's see. Can it go? Nope. Does not look like it. Maybe this time. All right, it worked. The big stop is definitely helping. The big stop loss is definitely helping, but the trailing drawdown could be an issue because if I am up, let's say $600 and it comes back for $1,000 loss, that's $1,600 net loss on the trailing drawdown. But good morning, guys. We have a lot of sales and changes today. We have 3 days to pass on TPT. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Oh, my accounts are not showing up. To restart. On Friday, I finished the day green at 160 or something. That's pretty nice. End of day sold the profit on the pop. So TPT is 3 days to pass 50% off, which is definitely something we don't see often. And 3 days to pass, so there's no excuses anymore. I don't know if that's a good idea by TPT. I believe that a lot less people are going to be resetting accounts now, so I'm not sure exactly. Not sure exactly if that's going to work out for them, to be honest. I'm a little nervous. I believe that TPT makes a lot of money from resets, and that's what keeps them going. And I feel like people are not going to reset as much because it's 3 days to pass instead of 5 days. Now, this is where I sold on Friday into this pop. So we held all that and then eventually sold. On giveaways later, don't worry about it. You'll see how to enter. And the news would take prop traders 3 days to pass, and it's 50% off. Just 50%. Just 50% off alone is big deal. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, okay, 50% off probably with activation. Nope, Still no activation fee. Still no activation fee. And Ballnox has new plans as well. We're going to take a look at those. I want to buy these 180s. It's holding up. No entry yet. I feel like it's going to be a slow week of trading. I really hope not, but I feel like it's going to be. Am I still a DJ? Yes, I am. DJing this Saturday. Then I'm DJing 2 weddings next weekend. Next 3-4 weeks, I'm working every single weekend. Not DJing as much now, but still DJing. Next year, I'm going to be busy again. I can already see it. I'm not a huge advocate for day trading as a full-time income, even though obviously I could do it, but still wouldn't be day trading for a full-time income. It would still be with YouTube. So why not have multiple streams of income? It's much easier to make a lot of money with 3 incomes versus with 1. Not sure if that makes sense, but make 100K with 3 incomes. That's 300,000. Making 300,000 just from 1 income is very difficult. Is that trading relief, or is it something that you find fun? Well, I find it fun, of course. I wouldn't do it anymore if it wasn't. If I had a regular job, I definitely would have quit. Like if I had a regular corporate job or something that I didn't like at all, I would have definitely quit. In the last couple of years, DJing doesn't take up that much of my time now, so it's like just to get my. Why do people want to quit their jobs to trade full time? Because that's the dream, I guess. Do a couple hours a day and then have a lot of free time. But I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just not an advocate for it. Meaning, I think it's very difficult and it puts a lot of stress on you during down moments. So you're gonna have some months where you're not doing well. And if you're someone that could take out 100K a month in payouts, I mean that's a different story. But if you're taking out $10,000 a month in payouts, then it's like, what if you don't take out $10,000 for, let's say, 4 months in a row? Did I hear anything about bans on TPT? No, I did not. Have not looked anywhere. Which new Bullnox account do I recommend? I would say they're the momentum ones, the like basically like a regular account that you're used to with other props. So you pay all in. You pay all in on the, let's see what it looks like on the website. Oh, they redesigned the website. Whoa, look at that. That is not cool. I used to love the Ball Knocks website. It was the most old school thing ever. Wow, their back page is back page is pretty much the same. Okay, account sign up. All right, so we have fast track. Okay, so it's fast track, momentum. And qualification. What the hell does qualification mean? So fast track is straight to funded. Momentum is pass, and then qualification, I guess, is the old way. I'm not sure exactly which accounts I'm gonna. Oh no, but Take Profit Trader is banning people now. But Glad, what? Like, if you think about it, what could possibly be the reason? Let's say we could go back to point of control here. Again, slow day so far. All right, we got it. I didn't copy trade because I am an idiot. Oh my god. Why do I always do this? Why do I always forget to turn on the copy trader when I change something in it? Beautiful trade right here, and I just realized I didn't copy trade. Oh, you bastard. You are a dummy. Yeah, I know. We have a gap here, which is basically I retested the open, but it's unfortunate I didn't copy. That would have been a good start to the week. La 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 la. I am an idiot. I am an idiot. I am an idiot. What are you gonna do? How many more times can I do that? You know, at least with this strategy, we're gonna have multiple trades in the day. But how do I forget that? That's my thing. It's like, how do you forget to turn it back on? Hit that like for Miss K. So today is Member Monday, but if you guys are good with hitting that like button, we're gonna do a giveaway for everyone too, not just members. We're gonna enter again at 180. It's probably gonna go lower, but we got that gap, and then we got 120s below, so okay with it. Recover from my slump? I don't think so. I'm trading very small, so that's not doesn't really count. I know I could trade very small, but if you're not making money, you're not really recovered. I mean, I'm not losing accounts, but I'm not making money, so it's kind of like still rebuilding from it. Oh, so it's a different code for bull knocks. Ah, they're terrible with that. Let me see if they could. All right, we're in. Um, the TPT CEO is supposed to be with Trades by Matt today. Maybe he's gonna mention it, or we could go ask there. I don't think this is gonna hold, but just in case it does. Just in case it does. Come on. Get a good start to the week. Hopefully we pop, then we sell off, close that gap. Be nice. That would be nice. Come on. I probably should take just $50 here, to be honest, because I think it's gonna make a lower high. Might have been too late on that. Okay, we got it. See, I'm gonna just take $50 here, just because I think it might just continue making lower highs here. But 242, $112, but unfortunately we didn't copy trade the first time. All these bans and payout deniers, should we just stick to personal accounts? If you have the skill and you have the money, yes. If you have the skill level and the money, then yes, stick to personal account. If you're not banned with a prop firm, besides Apex, who denies payouts? I don't know if any, and Apex doesn't do it now, unless it's on legacy accounts. So besides Apex, who denies payouts? You know, if the prop firm goes under, then that's unfortunate. But if you're trading with a prop firm, I guess, Cinco, I think you make a good point with the live transition. So it's not a denial, but you might be up for a big payout and they move you live, and they don't give you the money. So I guess that's a form of denial that I didn't think of till now. Because I was going to say, like, if you're not banned with the prop firm, you can still trade with them and still make money. So it's not like the end of the world. And I guess I could have held it for a full target, but I think we're going to have to be very responsible at trading these accounts moving forward. I feel like moving forward, it's going to become a thing where we can't just YOLO, we can't blow left and right. We just got to have to hold the account for a while. And then the bigger accounts are going to have so much more weight. They're going to be so much better than the smaller accounts. But then the prop firms are not going to make as much money if people are holding accounts longer. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of difficult. Apex moved you to a live account only after 2 payouts. Like you had lifetime payouts, just 2. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Tyler, how are we doing? Damn, what a squeeze here. I could have held for a full target, but I just decided to play it safe. I'm glad I retook that. See, like on minis, I would never take that again. On minis, I would have never taken that, thinking that it's going to break. But on the micro, I don't really care because it's just one micro. So it could go against me as much as it wants. It does not matter. It's just one micro. So allowing me to have that flexibility actually gives me better entries, as you could see. These are 2 beautiful entries. So maybe I need to grow my bigger accounts to like $20,000 in drawdown and then do it the same way. Oh, it's only one mini. All right, so since Bullnox has different percentages for different accounts, they can't have the same code for all the programs. So I don't know if I want to make my code Alpine for the old accounts or for the new ones. These problems have to understand that going live with them sucks. Oh, they do understand. Trust me, prop firms do understand everything. They don't do anything for no reason. How much would you recommend a trader needs to start with the personal account? Well, trading, all you need is $5,000. You really don't need more than that. But It's how much are you willing to lose? It's your money, but there are rules. But what rules does Lucid have in the live? Damn, I can't believe we're gonna go back to the highs. I mean, I can, but I really thought we are gonna break down. 5K just as much as a 150K prop account. Exactly. And you see how difficult that is. You know, so like you're just gonna treat it differently, so it's gonna feel different, I would say. You know, you're gonna make daily payouts and dun 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 dun. I don't know what to do. Just wait, I guess. If you connect Rhythmic through a third-party API or composite software, what does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah, yeah, I know, but what does that mean though? I'm looking at golf bags. I need a compact golf bag to fit into easily fit into my Aston Martin trunk. Come on, market move. I'm actually gonna go through the Bullnox FAQ now, see what it says. See what it says. Okay, could trade to the news. No scaling. Only user-built tools intended solely for account owners' personal use are permitted. Commercial, shared, rented, public. I don't know what this third-party API composite software means. Nothing about not being able to copy trade between other props. See, I want to get through this because I think the master account, so the old ones, just once a week, not even once every 10 days, and then on a Wednesday, that's just too long. I think I need to get into the momentum accounts. I think I need to, but I have 5 Bullnox accounts as we speak, so I can't do anything anyway. Sunday golf bag. It's not that tiny. I don't want a tiny walking bag like this. Like I don't want one of these. I mean, a regular bag will fit in my. Oh, do we go for a third time? Yes, new lows. All right, so maybe MNQ will make a new low as well. It would be nice. I would actually prefer not to take this. So I'm gonna I'm just gonna see how it reacts at 180s or at the lows at 165. I'm thinking about getting the title list, the new title list. I really wanted the ghost bag, but I just don't know if it's gonna be. I just don't know if it's gonna be compact enough. He's talking about live bands right now. Okay, let's see. Tune in.
And that's what we care about, right? Yeah. So that's the challenging thing for us, and part of like just to kind of go full circle with your question is how are we evaluating? This is very fucking complicated, Matt. Like trying to
super.
you know,
I mean, it's behavioral analysis. Like literally, like you're taking like behavioral analysis on people that you don't know, and like trying to piece together all of these random stats over a series of time. Because, like you said, I mean, like who cares about literally the very next trade? There's like that famous MIT, I think it's MIT, talking about a coin flip of like expectancy. It's like if you flip a coin and you're gonna make $56 or you're gonna lose
That's the C
$45,
of
what do you do the very
TPT.
next time? And he says like you should not flip the coin because there's no long run like data here, right? Like it's just a true 50-50. Or you know, it's technically less, whatever it is, right? And then like but you throw in like a series of time and you should absolutely take that because you're going to make more money in the long run. But right now it doesn't matter. Anyways, all that to be said, it's very interesting to like try and piece together all of these different things that are ever evolving, ever changing. Also, like you're even having to account for people that are like brand new to trading, right? And trying to figure it out. And then like they do start to figure it out and it's like, is this real or is this like
Beginner's luck.
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like,
Damn
And
it,
we
should have bought it.
sort of run, right?
Yeah, and we
Maybe not.
I remember when I was in college, we did this. It was this probability class, and this your users have probably done this. And the guy was like, "All right, we're gonna everybody get a coin. We're gonna flip it 20 times, and you're gonna write. You're gonna have two columns. You're gonna flip it 20 times. And you're gonna write the actual heads, tails, heads, tails. The other column, you're just gonna make it up. Heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails, and make whichever column which. I want it to be random which column is which. And I'm going to go around the room. And every single person he went around the room to, he could tell which one was the actual flips versus which ones they just wrote down heads, tails, heads, tails. Like, because the reason for that is when you actually flip a coin a small number of times, almost every time you're going to get heads, 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 heads. Like you're going to get random, like
All right,
long
bought that.
stretches. But when you're writing
Bought the
it down
double
like you
bottom.
think it is, like you think it would be, you write like heads, heads, tails, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails. The real world's not like that. Like the standard deviations, like you could out of those 20 flips, you could flip 17 heads. I mean, it's not likely, but over time it's going to be 50-50 as long as it's a fair coin, right?
We talk about this a lot on the stream.
Okay.
A lot. Like we talk about it a lot because like people just have this concept of like I win 70% of the times, and it's like yeah, but you 30% of your losing or whatever that number is, right?
When they get into like interesting stuff.
lot of time in a row. like,
I want to
especially
see
on
why they
Twitter, right?
ban or why some
Yeah,
people go to
they
Pro Plus and
like
some people
well,
don't.
you know, it ended up being 30% or whatever. But you got to live to fight another day, live to trade another day, whatever. Throughout those stretches, even as
Hey,
silly as it is, the little giveaway bot, it hit 4 stop losses in a row a week ago, right? It's 30%, right? Like it should be
exactly. That's the point. To go one step further, I tell people all the time, if you risk 100% of your risk capital on any trade, you can have a 99% win rate. You're still going to go bust because
right.
the, you know,
It's inevitable. It's literally inevitable, right?
and so we see that so often in
Let's
prop.
go.
Always levered up, and I say
Damn, dialed 343 today.
good trader, but you can't stop blowing accounts because you're sized too big. Eventually, you're gonna blow your account because even 70-30, 80-20, 90-10, you're gonna go on a bad run. That doesn't mean that. So I want people to be outcome independent. I don't give a shit about the next trade. I give a shit about the next series of trades. So you take the trade, and too many people are like, uh, if win, then good trade. If lose, bad trade. It's like no, it's like no, please no, don't say that. Like
Right.
all you're trying to do, and like I play a lot of golf, so I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
all right, when you get up to a 4-footer, I try to like not worry about if the ball goes in the hole. You just that sounds so cliche, but you just try to like make a
Get
good
close.
stroke at it.
Right,
And then
right, right.
over time, I'm just going to make a lot more of them than I'm sitting there worried about the outcome of this putt. Outcome independence is when you've really gotten it as a trader.
I love that. I also loved what you said about us versus y'all. I think that's like such a problem right now in the space as a whole, just from like my point of view. Let's see. I started in props in 2018
That's
or
CEO of
December
TPT.
2018, January 2019. I can never remember if it was the last week of December or the first week of January. But 2018, 2019 with Top Step. And so like I've been around for quite a while, I would say, like as far as like seeing the adaptions and stuff like that. And it's really shifted into like a us versus y'all mentality of like how much can I rinse blank for, right? Like how much can I rinse Apex for? How much can I rinse TPT for? What's my RR on like rinsing essentially? And uh to be fair, I think there's a lot of there are companies that have enabled that, right? Like to be like that's part of the problem. There's a lot of companies that have enabled that thought process and have failed to truly like deliver a very good like experience that is a partnered experience. But I love hearing that like y'all are like at least actively thinking about like it should be us partnered together, tackling the markets, not like we're
Nah,
making
it's
the deals
always us versus
you're trying
props.
to
It's
beat us
just
in order for us
just
to
just how it
like
works. I've said that since the
Hey,
beginning.
while being better than the company. Like the individual trader has to be better than everybody else in order to pass the rules and be better than the company in order to make any form of money. And like it's technically not really how it should be, in my
yeah.
opinion. It should really be like
We
vice
call this
versa.
like I always do this with my hands on these things. It's like we want to make the rules the best we can and get the best experience.
There's a reason why these prop firm owners stopped
So I think that
started a prop firm versus they traded. They didn't trade long term because they realized there's more money in props, right?
two evals, then you had to go into a scaling plan, and you took one payout every 90 days, and it was
Yep.
terrible.
Yep.
And as competition has come, it's gotten better for the trader. Now the thing is, if it gets too good for the trader, then we get this like what it's become, Matt, is entitlement. Like I
Oh
hundred
had a
yeah.
guy writing me today going, he was essentially, it would have been like me going into the general manager of my professional hockey team and being like, I've been playing hockey for 30 years. I know I haven't scored a goal in 30 games and you're paying me a lot of money, but you can't fire me. You can't release me because I've been playing hockey for 30 years.
Right.
And I sit first class on the team trips. I have my own room. I'm eating the most food of anybody, and but you still can't fire me because like I've been playing hockey for 30 years. So like this, that was essentially the conversation the guy wanted me to have with him, and I didn't take the bait. But it's just unfortunate that um, that
It's unfortunate I'm selling too soon
firms,
today.
ourselves included, have made hiccups, right? Um, uh, so I don't want to say that it's all on the trader, but like
Right.
we've almost like created these monsters in
No, 100%. Yeah.
in the competition game as the company as the industry has grown, and there's been this fierce competition over getting these traders in. But it's created this
Huh.
it's hard for me to put my finger on how people even have those conversations and then send them to TPT saying, you can't, how could you do this to me? You need to tell me what what rule I broke. And my response is always, you didn't break a rule. It's just a performance thing.
Right.
We have to win together. Yeah, I'm not calling you a cheater or anything like that, because you didn't. You played within the rules. It's not working out, and we have to get back to that. We have to get back to, you must perform like it's any business, and if you don't,
That's kind of
then
what I was saying earlier.
we may need to part ways, and that's okay too. No harm. There's other firms out there that'll gladly take you with open arms, and
Right.
that's really what we're trying to get to, because we need the entire industry needs to move towards that, and needs to
Right.
move away from entitlement and more towards performance.
It's also interesting. I mean, like you're talking about like the entitlement side. Like, one second, Messiah, you need to claim your prize. I ran a silent giveaway just now because we were talking, but you got to claim your prize at app.tvm.gg/claim in the next 15 seconds, or I'm redrawing. Chat, there's going to be giveaways happening literally all my session long. The next 45 minutes is going to be constant, so just keep an eye out. That being said, what I was going to say was it's very interesting because like the sense of entitlement comes from like things being, I don't know, the competition, whatever you want to call it. But like when you think about trading as a whole, it is always historically been one of the like most cutthroat industries.
I wonder how many
So
people
many
got.
people,
like,
dude.
I mean, I never experienced that. I never lived it technically, but like you hear the stories about it, right? Like the stories from the floor dudes back in the day of dudes blowing up, losing their $1 million, their whole life savings in a day or whatever, right? Or like even just like Wall Street dudes who are up for 12 hours straight and then like no bathroom breaks and then another 12 hours right after it, and like all these like just it's super cutthroat. And then all of a sudden you introduce online prop firms and it's like the most cheap, easiest way to get exposure into the markets that has ever been a thing, which is sick and awesome for people. And it's
Ever.
amazing. And then it's like,
Yeah, the
let's forget
entitlement
about
because of
the
that is
entire
crazy.
cutthroat side of this industry and how intense and how hardcore it is, and like force people. Like now, all of a sudden, they just get like, they think it's all like they deserve everything, right? When it's like the actuality is kind of hardcore.
And it's not that, again, I'm not saying that it's not all their fault. Let me close my door real quick, man.
No, you're good. Hey, Cassia 9021. You got to do the giveaway.
It's
got 30 seconds.
Cassie.
I will call out the next one by name, or we're just gonna do a complete redraw. All right.
Yeah, cut me off whenever you want to do these things.
Yeah. Well, I don't care enough about. I mean, the giveaways are fun, but the conversation's why they're here. Also, chat, you need to be pressing the thumbs up button. We need to get lit. We need to get to 20 thumbs up.
So I forget what I was saying, but like the firms have had a piece of this, and what you're seeing, or sorry, I should say the firms play a role in this. And again, I'm not saying TPT is definitely, like I said, had our hiccups, but I think what you're seeing across the industry, and your users will probably say this.
Stop loss just got hit. Sorry, Ben Trades NQ. I literally just saw you in the chat. You're the one dude that I know is here, and he just got stopped out. We'll redraw here. GG's Charmin Trading. Charmin Trading. Go to app.tvm.gg/claim. Follow the instructions on the screen. All right, keep going. Sorry.
No, I was saying that what you see across the industry now, and your users probably see this, is the firms.
Sorry, guys, I'm very interested
cracking
in this
down,
conversation.
because as more and more people have had that like me against the prop firm mentality, then the prop firms have to do something, because it's like, that spreads like wildfire. Then it becomes you're seeing that kind of, I would say, the cliche, the pendulum swings one way and then it swings back the other way, right?
Right.
And then the reality is it should probably be somewhere in the middle, where it shouldn't be so great for the trader.
Damn, we get another chance here.
Like the firms don't pay anybody and block every withdrawal and end up, in court and all these things. Like
Gotta close this gap, right?
But I think you see across the industry that the firms are getting a bit tighter.
Yeah. What's your take on industry as a whole and where we're going? Before you answer that, one thing I will say that I really enjoy about y'all it's like a blessing and a curse having all of these different options. Like there's so many different firms out there right now. There's also so many different accounts at every single firm that like when I go to y'all's page and I just see that the only difference is like the account size.
Oh, it's
I
the
don't know if that's
best.
changing ever, but I personally love it. Like I love it because it
Yeah, I
just
can't
takes out
keep
like
up.
all of this like
Yeah, decision.
decision fatigue, literally, like analysis
Yeah.
paralysis, decision fatigue, whatever you want to call it. Of like, okay, the one thing I need to look at is like the account size, and then like
I tuned in late too,
Yeah.
Firebrand. I don't know
It's
exactly what he said about
It's
the
funny you
bands
say that, Matt. I mean,
or the live
that's
account.
probably helped us and hurt us.
You're right.
I will say, right? Because like me, you could probably tell I am I'm a very simple guy, right? When I go to somebody's page and they have 7 account sizes and 11 different options, I'm like, man, I don't know how anybody going to that website actually understands what the fuck is going on, and I know more about the industry and I don't even understand it, right? So how are they going to understand it? So we've always done that kind of that's by design, to stop the decision fatigue. It's like, and I always say TPT is not for everybody. You may like, if you want a sustainable firm, they're going to do things well, and they're going to do things that, hey, I might want better rules. Like we don't have the best rules, period. Like you can go find end of day drawdown everywhere. You know, but you might have to wait 90 days to get paid, or 60 days, or 30 days, or 15 days, whatever. I'm not saying one is
Come
better
on.
or worse, but like TPT,
Come
some
on.
people love us, and some people would prefer
Close
to go
this
to,
gap.
you know,
That's the
Top
gap.
Step or Tradeify or Lucid or one of those, and that's cool too. We don't try to be everything for everybody. With that said, we are experimenting with maybe a second account type that's been, but it'll never. I shouldn't say ever, but as long as I'm running the ship, there'll never be like 4 different options with 6 different account sizes. Like, in fact, I don't even like the fact that we have 5 account sizes.
Yeah, I mean it's still a lot, right? Like
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't
pushing
even.
the guys, hey, let's go to 3, or let's just go to 2, because mostly, just for your reference,
50K and
like,
150K.
50K or the 150. Like they're
Right.
by far the most like used accounts at TPT by far.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The 50K is not shocking to me. I feel like that's pretty standard across the board. Like people want either the biggest size possible, or like they meet in the middle at the 50K a lot of times. So.
Yeah.
GG
And I got the 25Ks.
I think that's how you spell. I don't know. I'm looking at that word now. It looks very strange. I had a question come in that I think is actually really interesting. I don't know if y'all have ever studied this or not. But it's an interesting one.
I gotta go take out trash. I forgot it's Monday.
Compared to personality assessments like the Myers-Briggs or the DISC. I don't know what the DISC is, but essentially like personality assessments. Obviously, like big shops. Absolutely, I think is the answer there. I don't know if y'all have ever done it though, and I think it's a fascinating question.
That is a really good question. We don't. We have discussed it because internally we do, like TPT people we take not Myers-Briggs, but we take I don't know if your people are familiar with the Enneagram.
Yeah.
And, you know,
my
Enneagram.
sister's an Enneagram like instructor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you on the Enneagram, Matt?
You know, this is the terrible brother in me. I gotta, you know what? I'm gonna text my wife. She's the one that remembers. Let me figure it
out. But we do it at the company just so that, you know,
come on,
for like self-awareness.
I don't think
so that, you know,
this is gonna go. So I'm gonna stop out, break even.
The Enneagram, and a 7 is the, you know, not surprising, entrepreneur, like always got a lot of ideas.
The wicks are.
I need a certain types of people in the organization.
If it breaks this wick, like James, has potential, but
like that's your 11th idea this week. Like slow down, right? And so like the more I know that about myself,
but I'm gonna re-enter at the gap close.
And then ultimately, like that flows through to the customer, right? So we do things like
doesn't
that.
seem like a big difference, but that's
we don't do it at a trader level. We probably should.
Decent amount.
With the one that we use is it's not free.
Right.
To take it, and then like trying to integrate it with the, you know, with our back end, it's something that's on our roadmap, and it's a great call out.
Big
because I think
sell off here.
just the awareness that I get from knowing more about myself is awesome, and then it stops me.
Guys,
from
I gotta
doing
go take
certain
out trash.
behaviors
I'll
that
be
are not
right
good.
back.
Yeah,
Right?
This-
And the
totally.
same
I
thing
didn't
would
take it
happen
out
for
last
traders, I'm
Thursday,
sure.
and
Yeah, I think it would be really, really interesting
I
on the
get
trader side.
freaking missed here though. Damn it!
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, it's
I'm
like the
gonna
whole
enter
big
there
analysis thing,
anyway.
right? It's like if you can kind of almost pair that with your
Just got missed on that entry, unfortunately.
or not necessarily expected
But
to, but if you can pair it with some of your trading
hopefully
stats,
we could
really,
get
really,
this
really
to
massive.
push
Let's
higher.
see.
I'll be right back.
Oh, she sent me a message that's not related to my Enneagram.
Oh,
So
okay.
I thought it was coming in. That's funny. Do you have Matt is at 3? I don't know about that. I don't know. I need to double check. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it before the stream's over. Do you have a? We talked about it slightly, or for the people that are just tuning in, you were saying a couple phrases over and over again: size down, trade less. You know, core thing that you see. Everybody who's in the stream right now wants to be a better trader at the end of the day. If they don't want to be, they're just here for the hangs, and that's great. But what is your top tier piece of advice for people who are trading futures right now? Either in a pro plus, in a pro, in an eval, sim trading. What should they be practicing? What should they be really, really honing in on and self-aware about?
No, to start, no more than 1/5 of your allotted size. First of all, like maximum, because in a way that you can know that. And I always say that I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say it because I know some people on your audience has never heard me say this. If if I go and look at a trader and how long they can be in the market, what's the longest time they've been in the market, right? On any trade. If a trader can't withstand more than a couple minutes in the market, he's trading way too big, right? So I would say it's like a chicken or the egg thing. People say, well, just because I trade long doesn't mean that I have a good strategy. I said, at least you give yourself a chance though, because you will not get taken out in the noise if you can hold a trade for 45 minutes. If you've held a trade for 45 minutes and prop, that means you're trading small enough to withstand the market noise. Because otherwise, you wouldn't be able to be in the trade for 45 minutes because it would have already wiped you out. Right.
Right.
And I'm not saying 45 minutes is just an arbitrary number. I'm just saying that when I go in and I see people that are trading, you know, micro scalping with huge size, the risk of ruin is 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is because on that time frame, Virtue, Citadel, Jump, Jane Street, they own those time frames. You're not beating those guys.
Yeah, it's
You're
incredibly efficient for them.
yeah, they're eating our lunch when you're trying to. They're taking TPT's account from micro scalpers and Pro Plus and putting it into their account. So I don't want to send any more money to Jane Street.
Right.
I sent them enough already.
Well, and like you talk about noise. I mean, I'm looking at the market here. It's like we've been in a 60-point slide every 5 minutes, right? And it's like that at the end of the day. Is it actionable? Technically. Is it noise? Absolutely. Like,
yes,
we're exactly where we started the day, right? Like, so,
yeah.
Okay, so trade less size to be able to hold through noise, maybe 45 minutes or something like that. That's a great little like nugget, right, of advice there. What else? Anything else?
I mean, it always comes back to that and only that.
Right.
Like less size and less often.
Yeah.
Right.
What would you define as less often? I don't even know if there's like a, I don't know people's stats. I guess there's probably always someone firing 200 trades out there, right?
200. We have people trading 4,000 round turns a day, like on the micro. And I know that's like those are inflated. That's inflated, So like that would be like trading 400 round turns a day in the mini. It's just too much.
That's a lot. Yeah. that's a lot. Holy cow.
So again, and Matt, I'll say this, and you know this, but your audience should know this. You can be successful, and I think I might have to switch my camera. My camera might have just went out.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it probably got a little hot.
I don't know. I never did that before, but let me switch it. This one's not as good, but it'll do.
That's fine. Oh, a stop loss got hit for Ikmal Hakimi. Sorry, dude. Next time.
So I was just talking about I forget what I was talking about. We were talking about
round trip trades.
Oh yeah, so you probably know this, but when you're trading in, like, let's go back to it's just some basics of the market of technology. There's generally like 6 order management systems, risk management systems there's more than that, but that's the gold standard. There's CQG, Rhythmic, you know these, TT, CTS, Teton, which is like Sierra's new one, right? So these systems were never made for this industry, okay?
Right.
These systems were made for you to go try out NinjaTrader or go try out CQG Desktop or CQG Mobile. So the way the order management systems and risk management systems work, they've gotten a ton better and they're continuing to get better. But I'll say is it's always a best guess when you're executing trades. And why am I saying that? It goes back to exactly what I'm talking about here is, generally speaking, trades less than like a minute, when you're in and out all the time, your performance is going to look decent or pretty good in simulation. You go to live, you're going to get your ass handed to you, right? If you're relying on latency and fills and stuff like that, then we see it over and over and over again, Matt, that those don't translate very well to the market. So you give me a guy that's trading four kind of like one central idea and 4 trades a day and they're lasting a couple minutes. I'll take that guy, even if it's a couple minutes. I'll take that guy any day over a guy that's full porting the open for 4 seconds.
Right.
Because it's just not going to translate to live. It's just not. You're not full porting 15 micro 14 mini NASDAQs at the open and expecting it like to work in the live market. And people do that because we've gotten rid of a lot of them, but it's just, it goes back to your point about me against TPT. It's like they know that's not going to work live in the market. And you know how I know they know it's not going to work in the live market? They don't do it when I send them to Pro Plus.
Right.
Because they know it's not going to work.
Right.
Taking it off.
Everything, right? Like,
yeah. So there you go. I mean, I just think that the best way to explain this is, everybody, if you have an account at TPT, go to your scorecard, take away your Pro Plus accounts and show me your expectancy in Test and Pro. And the longer you hold trades, the more likely when you take those away and just put your Pro Plus accounts up there, that the expectancy will still be the same. What we don't want to see is expectancies that diverge, where you got like a negative expectancy in Pro Plus, but in Pro and Test, you're killing it, because that tells me that there's something going on with the way you trade.
What did I miss?
And it's usually something to do with like latency or something like that.
Thickness
right?
of the books or whatever. Okay. I've got one question. I think it would actually be really, really. I don't know what time you need to leave. So, by the way, just like whenever you need to leave, let me know. But I'm here.
Arthur sent me a message. I know. No, I don't have to. I got at least 15 more minutes.
Okay. I think one thing that a lot of people, and this is hopefully not a hot seat question. I'm really trying not to do that. But a lot of people have talked about like when they're trade copying, and I'm sure you get this question all the time, but like if they're trade copying, they click, instead of clicking like exit and flatten all or whatever, they instead like hit the opposite. So if I'm, net long, they hit like a sell button, and like something happens, and like, they have like one account that is not the same as the others for like 3 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever, right? And then that.
Well, that wouldn't be the case. It wouldn't be 3. So there is
not 3 seconds, but like a minute, say a minute or 10 seconds for them to like realize, 15 seconds. I don't know what the threshold is.
Yeah.
Takes them a second to realize what's going on, right? I'm doing a terrible job of explaining.
It's like microscope. I mean, microscoping, no
I know
one
what you're
likes.
asking. I have a really good answer for you, but
Yeah.
if you can finish if you want.
Yeah, basically to me, it's like it's wash trading. It's hedging yourself essentially. And so I think a lot of people have a hard time with it because it ruins an account. That being said, in live markets, it's not allowed to be net long Nasdaq and net short Nasdaq in the same account, right? Or by the same entity, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's just like what people are trying to figure out is like, where's the threshold? Is there a threshold? Where's the threshold? Why does it even exist? Because a lot of people, what I've learned is a lot of people come straight in through prop land nowadays, and they've never even never traded, never looked into like live account rules, right? Or personal account rules. And so they have no basis or background of like what some of these, why these things are in place, what they mean, things like that. So just like a little history lesson there might be helpful.
Yeah, no, this is great, and I love educating because I've been in the CME offices over this, and it's not fun. So I like to educate.
Yeah. This is great.
On this. So first thing I'll say, you said like coming in new. CME doesn't care if you're new or old. Ignorance is not an excuse.
Wait, Okala got banned?
So when they come at me and I tell them, "Hey guys, these guys didn't know."
Oh my god, my stupid screen's gonna go into cleanout mode.
They're trading on your accounts.
Right.
You need to teach them.
Right.
And so,
which even that, I think a lot of people think it's their own personal account that is trading through TPT when it is a child account, right? Like
it's an omnibus account, it's a sub account of our main account. So what the CME sees is Take Profit Trader has this guy, and you're just a number, right? Matt, you're just a number, and it says this account, this number 12345 has, they call it like disruptive practices, or like he doesn't have a bona fide position. You mentioned wash trading. That's rule 534 in the CME handbook, which we have on our website because we have to. That says that you can't hold. You have to have a bona fide position in the market. You can't hold a position long and short. If we give you 5 accounts at TPT, they're the same user. Matt's controlling all 5 of those, so he has to have a bona fide position. He can't be long 5 crude oils and short 5 crude oils at the same time because he's controlling those accounts that he's long and short in. So he's for lack of a better word, like it's like in their mind market manipulation or potential market manipulation. Whether it's intentional or not, they don't care, right? So that's the piece of talking with the CME about this, and that's why, to be frank, we have a third-party software called Aventus, their Validus platform, that
I wonder.
basically flags for us when this happens, so that if the CME ever comes to me, and says, "Hey, why didn't you tell Matt to stop doing that?" I have exactly like the case file. We reached out to you and said, a big one. If you go on I call it the bitching claims on Reddit. People will say, I got TPT banned me from live for spoofing, and I was only trading 3 micros. Okay, so let me give you the backstory about this. So the CME says,
oh yeah, the spoofing thing.
Threshold says, if 75% of your trades that you enter into the market are canceled, right? You are putting markets out that are continuously being canceled. You don't have a true you're not actually trying. You're not putting those orders in with the intention to fill them. So you are spoofing or layering into the market. Okay.
75%. Is that what
75%?
Interesting. Right? I've never heard that before.
And I don't know if it's 75%. We with our platform, they'll show us like the thresholds, right?
Yeah.
So then they'll start firing off alerts saying Matt's put in 1,000 orders today and he's only filled 300 of them, right? And a lot of times they're put out and then removed, put out, removed. So to them, to the CME, their exchange shows a bunch of flashing, spoofing orders. Those aren't our rules. I have the requirement, and my surveillance team has the requirement to reach out to you and give you a warning. Right. And it's just a protocol. First time warning, second time final warning. And don't quote me. Maybe it's like first time warning, second time, you're out. first time. So there's protocols for different things: wash trading, spoofing, layering. Spoofing is the major one that we see most often, and it's because people are trying to use like high frequency systems, and they're putting OCO orders out, which naturally fills one and cancels the other, fills one, cancels the other, and they're doing this like hundreds of times a day using automated trading bots, which you're not supposed to be using to begin with. And then what you'll see them pop up in Reddit, it says like, laugh my ass off, TPT removed me for spoofing and I'm trading 3 micros. The CME doesn't give a damn if you're trading 3 micros or 3,000 micros. They want integrity in their environment. Right. Because you're trading TPT's accounts, they're coming after me for that. Right. So I have the obligation to do it. So now the next point is you talk about
that's a good point.
The copy trading, right? So the copy trading feeds into this, because the other thing people say is TPT is not allowing, is enforcing rules in simulation, and the CME doesn't care about rules in simulation. And my pushback to that is, if you get away with doing something in simulation that works, what do you think you're going to do when you go to live?
Man, what a choppy market. I love it, though. I love it. 4 for 4 today. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually,
you can play it, but then like
4 winners,
the lights will be turned off for everybody,
and 1 break even
in live, right?
Well, that was like that was the same trade basically.
Put your hands on the scale. It's like, I don't want.
We closed the gap to a freaking tick. Did
we? Forgets about
no, we didn't.
Copy trader, right?
Still didn't close the gap.
Do you think that it's probably 50% truth? If someone says, well, I pushed the reverse button and it caught me. It's like, well, first of all, there's a buffer built in there. There's no way you can push the reverse button and it takes a minute for it to actually reverse.
Right.
So there's a lot of, I don't want to say user error, but I think there's some tall tales being told there too.
Right.
And I get it. Like, that's why we say explicitly on the website, I think you have plenty of leverage with one account. If you want to stack 5 accounts, great. Like, trade them independently, man. It's not worth losing your accounts because I have to enforce something that's a CME rule against you. I have to do it.
Right.
I have to do it. And then a user, one example with a high prominent user that's pretty loud, was like, well, TPT took away the funds I made from this trade in live. Where did that money go? It's like, if I actually had to remove your trading account because of a CME rule you broke in live, and then I turn around and pay you, so the CME is going to ask me, what did you do with this guy's profits?
Right.
It's like, well, we didn't give it to him because like then I'm basically giving him money for breaking CME rules. Like, I can't do that either. So like, again, I'm in this situation where it's very tricky. It sounds like,
so this is day number 6 of green in a row, 6-day winning streak. It's actually way more than that. It's just those days prior to that, I had some red days because of ORB.
Unfortunately, means that good intentioned people get caught in the crosshairs.
Right.
But I have to do it. Like, I have no choice.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, but every time I've heard of it happening, and granted, I haven't heard of like a hardcore repeat offender of like even just like the wash trading rule, right? But every time I've heard of someone getting their like Pro Plus closed because of wash trading, or wash trading for lack of better words, they're able to start the process back over again, right? Or is it like a hard, like they're done with TPT forever?
It depends on how many times you do it.
Right, like first try is like,
first try is like,
whatever. It's right. It's okay.
We have to take that account from you, and I'm not. Right. I'm not in surveillance. I'd have to bring my surveillance team in here, but like, I don't know, because depending on the frequency and actually which rule, it's the 530 rules from CME.
Right.
And I'm not, if CME is watching this, like I'm not pointing
subscribe.
Them out. I'm not pointing them out to be the bad guy. It's just that they want their rules enforced. So it's my duty at TPT to make sure that we have their rule book. But the rules that we're trying to enforce are the 530s. You can get if you get familiar with those, you've done the biggest part. And then rule 575, which is like it's like a general disruptive practices rule. But the thing is when they come to enforce this on the firm,
Right.
they'll hit you with 575,
Dang, I
534,
could have
541.
held
They'll hit you with like
again for my full target.
one
I
trade could
I
be
keep
violating
like
multiple
selling out early.
CME,
Right.
rule
Right.
book.
Would have
And
made extra
if it
$23 or
sounds like I
so.
have experience with this,
Yeah.
I can't
It's
tell
probably a lot of
you
your time.
I can't tell you why I do, but because it's not it's private, but to I guess it's not for public knowledge at this point. But like I have experience talking with them about their rules and
Right.
the uses of those rules on TPT's accounts, and I want to make sure that I keep it at that level. But just I think that'll at least give your listeners.
Yeah, this is the
the
longest stream Matt
understanding that
had
this
in a
isn't
long
made
time.
up by James.
I think.
Like,
Right. No, it's like, I mean, it affects me if I'm trading my own personal account, right? It's the same
Yeah.
thing. And like, at the end of the day, I mean, we've been talking about it, but like, we don't want, I mean, you said it yourself, like 3% of the people, the bad actors or whatever, you don't want the 3% to ruin it for the 97%, right? Same thing here, where it's like, if it's happening, some people are in the chat like, oh, it's like the pro account, like it's simulated, it doesn't have the same rules. It's like, but at the end of the day, you're training for the pro plus, right? So it needs to be a 1-to-1 in my opinion. And so
And the CME, just to be fair to the CME, they don't tell us how to enforce their rules. They're basically saying, what are you doing to educate them? And then it's up to us to make sure that we are enforcing their rules, right?
Right.
So, and again, that's why we have them in the knowledge base. If you guys go to the knowledge base at takeprofittrader.com, you'll see a whole section around these rules that I'm talking about. I really recommend that if you're trading in any account at TPT, especially live, that you really get familiar with that, because they're kind of like hands tied moments, and I hate doing that. Like I really do. But it's also the downside of allowing people to trade 5 Pro Plus accounts at the same time. Like nobody else does that.
right.
Part of it is this reason. It's very difficult.
Could have made
for a person to
$100 on
control 5
every trade, I
accounts and
think.
do different things with those 5 accounts.
This
It's a
one
lot
would have
harder
been.
to break those CME rules with one account.
This one would have been
Yeah,
close.
I mean, literally, it's way
Yeah.
harder.
But yeah, could have made $100 with pretty
man,
much
chat,
every.
Dude, I really appreciate all of this. This has been really helpful for me. I find it, I just find it interesting also on a lot of these things. Do you think that, like, I'm trying to think of how to word this. I talked before I should have talked. I should have thought through a little better. I need to think of how to word this. But, while I think, there was a question that came here.
Straight.
It's okay. Well, let me answer this one real quick. Because someone donated to ask a question. Are you thinking of adding a rhythmic live account brokerage for people who can't move to Pro Plus because of regulations like Canada outside of Ontario? I don't know if that means anything.
This is a really good question, because this is actually there are the thing is there's not a lot of brokerages out there that do, and then we have to be able to integrate them with our back end. This is actually was talking to my team about this last night, because I still think that it's crazy. I mean, there's some restricted countries we have to let people go, because that restricted countries list is always getting added to by the brokerages. But like Canada is a good one that makes no sense. Like nobody outside of Ontario can have a live account, and that's provincial rules.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So like we have a bunch of traders, and we're trying to find solutions for somebody like, let's say in BC or Alberta, that can't have a live account, and because Tradeovate, NinjaTrader don't allow it. So we're adding
What a
in the
rip.
near future, fighting hard for you guys, because I just don't. To me, that makes no sense. But we'll get there. Unfortunately, if you have to go to the sidelines for a little bit because you belong in a live account, like just know that it's not forever. Like I'm trying, I was working on this last night.
Sweet. Get another giveaway going here. Code word is James, chat. Another 50K Take Profit Trader account getting fired in here. What is I think that it's pretty much industry knowledge. I think it's very standard, actually. It's known and agreed upon. Maybe that's how I want to say it. It's known and agreed upon that y'all have the best live account structure. That is like arguably like the biggest differentiator, in my opinion, right now between TPT and anybody else. That being said, I think that there's a lot more after this conversation that I personally think is big differentiators just on like the partnership side, as well as like the scorecard side. I have not dug into that too much. I'm fascinated. I need to go dig into it more. I think there's going to be a lot of data there, and like,
Oh
right
God,
now,
I don't want to
everybody's,
see
like,
my data.
vibe coding their own AI, journals and stuff. But there's something to the company that has a lot more data than you have. That being said, is there any other like big like areas that you feel like are missing or that y'all are wanting to solve on like the partnership side of like trading, if that makes sense? It's like a very, very broad question. You can tell me to piss off. I don't really know how else to ask it other than like what I did.
You mean
Like, is there like what other ways do you think that like I think like part of the problem of like the us versus them is that like it doesn't feel often like props are trying to better you as a trader per se. Does that make sense?
no, it makes perfect sense. And when I started TPT, just for the record, I was teaching people,
My screen was
professional
cleaning itself, so I
athletes,
haven't seen the chat.
how to like get some financial literacy and learn how to trade, right? And then I was getting them funded through other prop firms, right? And I did some,
I didn't
and
know
that's
that
when I
actually.
kind of got introduced to, um, prop. And then I was like, man, these people do this so poorly. I could do it better. And my intention when I did that was I was going to continue
They're
to
the only ones that
train.
offer
I mean,
5 accounts. No, Lucid does
teach
too.
traders. And so I was going to be that guy, Matt. So we have
The
hired
PA
a
is
couple
not the
people
best.
that didn't
I
work
love it
out
though,
on the
but
education side, but I'm a big believer in teaching people the things we've actually
I
been
should have
talking
had
about
double the
today. Like you should
profit.
be
But
educated on CME rules. You should be educated on MFE, MAE. You should be educated on sizing. You should be like, there should be a development plan for traders instead of just like an open door and then like we get pissed at people for like behaving a certain way. It's like, well, you kind of created that monster, right?
Right.
And so um, I think that the one thing, as you and I talk more, Matt, is like you can shoot me straight about those questions because I'm our own biggest critic. Like we should be teaching these traders more, but at TPT, we want to do things right. Like I don't want to roll out like an education plan and it's shit and then it's like half-assed, right? So
Right.
it's got to be thought through. It's got to be thorough. It's got to be good. It's got to be integrated. It's got to
Right.
and
One
and
the Ryan, someone in the chat just goes, "People can't even read the FAQs for God's sake," which is also true.
yeah, yeah. So we have it in our like. In fact, we just hired a new guy that's a very good trader. And I think that's one thing. If I would take our biggest criticism
Bullnox
at
allows
TPT
5
is
live accounts.
we don't have enough like trading educators that can really like get their hands dirty with the traders and tell them that's why I pushed really hard for the scorecard. It took us a long time to get that developed. We got it developed because I think it was the first step of really like educating traders on, hey, think about this when you're trading. Look at this metric. Look at that. And
Right.
and we're going to do a lot more of that. That was really kind of like step one before we had a full like trader, like let's just call it like a trader development program.
One more question that I saw come through that I actually think is interesting. I don't know if you have this data or if you're willing to share. Is there like a RR that is like the golden standard? Did that make sense? Like a risk to reward? Like, is there a like a threshold that is the like
There isn't.
historically been the most profitable route to take?
No,
Okay.
no, it's a good question. I mean, I think everybody wants to know, hey, what do the best traders do? I mean,
Right.
you've heard me throw this figure around. Like we had 6.5 billion sides traded in the last, year or
Six and a
so.
half billion? Is that what you said?
Billion. Yeah.
God.
So we have a ton, and I'm gonna update that figure because people keep asking me when I say we got a lot of data. Like to hear the number, it's staggering.
That was
right?
B with a like billion?
Yeah, balloons.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
So we have a lot of data of mostly, I would say, Matt, it's more of what doesn't work. than what
Right.
works.
Yeah, that's
Right. So I can tell you, and I've already talked about that today. Like these are the things, guys, that don't work. So don't do those.
right.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, but
6.5 billion is insane.
Onyx
Yeah,
Futures
that's
apparently
crazy.
is gonna be gone now.
Holy cow. Yeah, that's nuts. Do you this is like a total like personal question, not prop related really, but do you know like the amount of volume that props do compared to like traditional routes? I don't know if that makes sense.
yeah, it does. Are you asking? Do you know the answer?
No, I'm asking if you know
Oh,
the
okay.
answer. Even like a percentage.
I do know because I was talking to somebody at Ninja, who said at Ninja alone, they do 100x of the daily volume in the Nasdaq on prop alone.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. 100x just at Ninja. And so that's not including Rhythmic or trades, any of these other like well charts, whatever. Like,
and Ninja's the biggest, right? But that
yeah,
number,
they're 70% or whatever.
And the reason that came up was because I was bitching, frankly, at them for, some downtime they had of a couple minutes. And the guy who I really respect and does it, a lot of those guys over there are great.
Yeah.
And he's with them. And he was like, James, I just want to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about. Because, like, you're right that we shouldn't have any outages, but just think of the massive, like, we're doing in prop simulation alone, we're doing 100x of the daily volume in the NASDAQ at NinjaTrader alone.
That is crazy to me.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah, that's nuts.
So it gives some people, like your listeners, some appreciation of the Herculean scale of, what's going on here with the, just like the order routing.
Yeah, the tech side is crazy when you think about it that way. 100x the daily volume, the tech side is going nuts.
Yeah,
it's impressive.
All right, now they're talking about other stuff. All right, we're gonna be back to regular schedule here. Thanks for listening to that, guys. If you did, sorry for not talking a lot. Wanted to get as much information as I could, and it's some interesting stuff, but yeah, we're just gonna keep doing our thing. It looks like the YOLO method on TPT might be coming to an end slowly, from what I'm understanding. Not 100% sure, but I don't know if I'm going to find any other trades at this moment. Very happy with today overall. I wish I traded all the accounts at the same time. Would have been up 259. Could have also made a lot more as well if I would have just held a little bit longer. $10, $20 more per trade would have added up to another $100. Yes, Jimbo. So the daily payout accounts have a psychological aspect to them. They're more difficult because they're easier. And it sounds stupid, but everyone goes through it. And we talked about that with Bullnox on Friday. How with Bullnox, a lot of people keep the account the longest because they're forced to trade smaller, take their time, not rush. There's no point of rushing. And there's no benefit of going for bigger days or bigger trades, right? It's just slow and steady, and then you end up keeping the accounts longer. Versus with daily payout accounts, you want to get to that payout in a single day, and it really is difficult to do that. I am $150 away from getting a payout or getting to threshold on TPT. I really want to just go for it right now with the mini and go long or go short, whatever, and make some money. But at the same time, I want to be smart here and it's definitely something that could affect you, but it's really you to make that better. So what you want to do is make your gains slow and steady till you get to buffer. And then once you're at buffer, you're going to do the same thing, but now you're going to get daily payouts. That is my approach right now. Come on, market. Oh my God. What an entry. What an entry for me. 100 points. It's just a psychological factor, Jimbo. You really just have to work on it yourself and just not go for those daily payouts. But it takes forever. Like I'm growing my account so slowly. I'm up only, I mean, I was down because I did take a couple hits when I started these accounts. So like I'm only up like $700, $600 on an account, $400, 1,000. And I feel like I've been green every day. But I forget that, I was down like 1,000 or more on these accounts at one point. So it's like right now I feel like if I look at the balances and all that, I am gonna try to rush, but just can't do it. Just gotta take my time. Just gotta take my time. But now, like the market's just going up. Like I won't find another trade. That's what sucks. It's like now I gotta wait all the way for it to come back down. Otherwise, I have to be done. Yeah, TPT is 3 days to pass. High up day is incoming. Yeah, right there. Oh, at the bottom of the day. Freaking A. Could have made some good money today. Especially if I traded in mini. I always forget to trade that mini. Gotta make it a routine where I trade that mini account. I'm supposed to take the same trades on the mini. I forget which mini. It was an Apex account. I forget which one. I was supposed to take the same trades on the 150K account with Apex just to see like how it would work. Unbelievable. We pretty much close the gap and then we just rip 100 points straight up. There's the high day. There is the high of day. Oh man, this is kind of upsetting that I sold for peanuts. See, all I have to do is take this and go take out the garbage and stuff. If I would have been still taking out the garbage, we would have been hella green. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We will do a giveaway when we get to 100 likes. And we'll be doing a members giveaway shortly. Members giveaway we'll do at 11:15. So that'll be for members only. And then if we get 100 likes, we'll do giveaway for everyone. Oh, we need some music. Let's get some music up in here. We got like 72 likes or something like that. We got like 72 likes. Oh, 78. Miss K didn't like 69, so you have to up it. 280 rejected. Maybe I'll rebuy 220s. I don't know. I'm kind of satisfied with today. If I finish the day like today, that's 6th green day in a row. I think that's more important than extra $50 or extra $100. Keeping the streak alive, keeping the momentum going. The rehab. I would just like to get my TPT account to a buffer so that way tomorrow we could take a payout. The devil on my shoulder is saying I should book a tea time, Jason. Kind of want to go play around. Let's see if anything's open. Oh yeah, there's plenty open. $140 tea time. Any TPT still? Yeah, we're gonna give away. We're gonna give away a TPT account today, and I think a Lucid. See, do I have any more Lucid accounts to give away? Yeah, I still have one more Lucid Pro. Which clubs am I using? No, I have the Ping G440s. How can we join the giveaway? You'll see. You have to be here to join, so. Probably in the next hour. If I book a tea time, then. If I book a tea time, then I definitely will. Gangster clubs. What do you mean? They're game improvement clubs. They're not even. I want to kind of get something different, but at the same time, I'm like, do I want to switch when I'm hitting the ball really well right now? The gangster club I have is my driver. I have the TaylorMade QI4D. Yeah, my longest drive or second longest drive ever on Thursday. Like 270. Ooh, poor guy receives a gifted membership from Joaquin. Well, poor guy, you get to now enter a giveaway. The first giveaway of the day will be for members only. Well, Jason, the reason why I got that driver is because I got a Temu putter for $75. So the offset was the driver. I paid like $650 for the driver or something, which is crazy. Oh man, I love this market. I know it sounds stupid, but I love it. The only thing I hate about it is that it doesn't give that many opportunities once it starts to once it starts to break out, I kind of lose the potential for more opportunities. And then, in the near future, in an hour or two, yes, I could still get more trades if it gets down to here. But for now, I'm just very happy with being green again. I got to start trading this account. I got to get my Lucid dailies to a buffer now. I have 4 Bullnox accounts. One's missing. There you go. With Bullnox, I got to figure out how am I going to get to buffer faster. YM Trader, good morning. Nice green, thank you. It's been a pretty solid streak, to be honest. The only thing is I have to ramp it up slowly. Like, I got to figure out a way to get these profits a little bit bigger, because at $200 a day, $300 a day, it's going to take forever to get to payouts. I think this strategy would be great for once I'm at buffer. Once you're at buffer, all you need is $100 to $200 a day. That's all you need. In 10 days, you get, you take out a $2,000 payout per account. That's all we need is just the buffer and then $200. But getting there feels like forever. WB, thank you. Take care. See you tomorrow. Thanks for using my code earlier. Appreciate you. So TPT going to 3 days. I'm gonna start some more evals. Definitely gonna have to take my time on the evals. But at the same time, now it's 3 days, so why take our time? Oh man, hit those likes, guys, because I am gonna do a giveaway shortly, because I don't know if I'm gonna stay here much longer. It is Monday. I worked all weekend in the skid steer, so I'm exhausted, and market's kind of dead now. I'm gonna run the members giveaway first, so let's do that now. Let's see if I have any gifted members to give. No, I don't. I'll send one. I'll send one. I worked at my sister's house in my machine. I have a Mighty Mouse. Let's go. I have a skid steer. Not a skid steer. It doesn't have tracks. It's a mini loader machine. And I helped to do a few things. I built my nephew a quad track around their property. That was pretty cool. And yesterday it was kind of raining, so he went all out. The quad got completely covered in mud. It was pretty cool. If you had to get one TPT account, what would you get? 25K or 150K? 150K. Because if you only had one, then might as well have a bigger one, so that way you could make it worthwhile. 25K is kind of like easier to get to a payout, but at the same time, it's much easier to lose it. Cuban coffee, that's good. That's good. Did you get caught in the long or short in the morning? Yep, Papa Tony's, yep. So we have TPT with 3-day eval, and then we have Bull Knox with all day. I mean, all day, all in. And also we have a TPT straight, bull lock straight to funded. TPT is just 3 days to pass and 50% off, which is TPT. 50% off on TPT alone is the best promo that they ever run. But the 3 days to pass is a new thing. I don't know if that's the promo right now or if they officially changed it to 3 days to pass. I actually don't know that. I don't know if they changed it to 3 days to pass, or is it just the promo right now? Could just be the promo, right? $50% off for 50K is $85. $85 all in is pretty good for daily payouts. Lucid is around the same though. It's permanent, okay. Nothing on the calendar this week. Volume will be abysmal. I don't know, because last week we had news and the volume was absolute trash. Everyone was saying we're waiting for the news. So it's like you can't. Sometimes it's just the fact that we're grinding higher, and the market's in summer mode. Everyone's on vacation now. Is earn to trade the only platform that doesn't allow you to copy trade? I don't even know if they don't. I don't feel like using earn to trade is worth it. Today was hard to trade. Not for me. For me, it was so easy. But see, when it's easy for one person, it's hard for the other person. It's how trading works. It's how trading works. All right, I'm gonna run the member giveaway so that way we could get that out of the way. members need to get their account because that's what we do on Mondays. But since I had a good day and since TPT's having a great sale, we're gonna do additional giveaway today. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make a crepe. Members, you guys enter. Oh, Golf Guy Mike got a membership too. Let's go. We got 20 members in. I don't know if you guys could see that. The crepe. One of my favorites. Keep selling off. We might get another trade. Any other members? Last call. Missed it. Missed it. Missed it. All right, we're in now. All right, I'm going to do a giveaway for the members. Whoa. The big spike. All right, members, you guys ready? We're going to go horse racing for a minute. All right, so this is for members only. Good luck today, guys. Good luck. Off they go. Remember, it's all about the spank. The harder you spank your horse, the faster it goes. All right, Joaquin, he deserves to win because he's been giving away memberships. Joaquin in the lead. Wall Street Trader going for it as well. Mighty Mouse, a new member in the channel. Poor Guy, also a new member in the channel. In the lead so far. Nomadic also trying really hard at the top. Grani trades. Horse number 3. Oh man, it's a tight race. It's going to be tight. Jimbo, you're all the way in the back. Can you make it? Can you make the push? Oh, poor Guy is now a rich guy. Thanks to Joaquin, he entered the giveaway and he won his first member Monday giveaway. Congrats to poor guy. That is awesome. Say thank you to Jaquin, of course, because he's the reason. All right, now how we do the regular giveaway? Do I feel like doing the form? I feel like I had an issue with the form. Oh, wow. TPT gave us more accounts for giveaways. Nice. Can we get this to bounce? Come on. All right, Jimbo, don't worry. You got a chance in the next one. Might be tough to get there looking for the value area high. And that previous lower high as well here. So trying to go right in between there. Not trying to squeeze every dime out of it, but let's see if we have a chance to get this. Come on, rip it through. Can we get to the target, please? Yeah, I might just do a shotgun, like 2-minute entry. 2-3 minute entry window. I like that too. So if we run it for too long, then the winners are not here, and then they don't email me in time, and then I forget to do a giveaway distribution. And if I could get this win, that would make my day. I wouldn't bother trading anymore. Yep, you have to email me. Alpine Trades 07 at Gmail. Let me write that. Oh, my phone just fell. Send me an email, and I'm gonna need your TPT email address. Go. Go, go, go. Come on. It's struggling. Should just take it off break even. I feel like it's gonna just crack. I don't think it's gonna work. Should have worked already. 3 times it tried, so I'm out break even. Whatever. If it goes now, it goes now, but maybe it'll go down lower. It's gonna go, isn't it? The only reason why I stopped out break even, to be honest, is because we're in the middle of the range. If we were near the lows of the range, I wouldn't have stopped out. I would have just let it go. I just didn't want to get stuck in this trade here, and then who knows how low it could go. So looks like it's gonna punish me though. I think it's gonna work out just fine. Yep. Damn it, guys. Could have had a nice 250 on the day. Bummer. Why? Why can a break-even stop ever work? Oh, that would have been such a nice trade. Target hit. 245. I don't know why that bothers me so much. Do you guys get bothered by break-even stops that go to your target as much as I do? I don't know why. For me, it's just one of the hardest things to accept and be like okay with. I haven't done the exhaust stuff yet. I'm getting the car wrapped. I should get the car sometime this week. And I gotta decide what to do with the exhaust. Finding the proper shop has been the most difficult part. Something to be said about fill or kill trades. Yeah. Fuck, look at this go. Oh my god. Right to freaking. Man, I messed that up so bad. I know it's not a big deal. It's only $50 I missed out on, but still. I mean, I could just take... What if I just take one mini for 11 ticks and make up the loss? Big brains. I am more bothered when it hits my stop than goes to target. Yeah, that's why I use micros right now, so I have wide stops. Doesn't happen as frequently, but yes, that's just as bad. That what could have been mentality is definitely... All right, 12 o'clock, we're going to do the giveaway. Why not? I don't know how long I'm going to stream because I'm looking at tea times. See if the 150 is still open. Nope, 130 now. Can I make it for 130? That'll be kind of tight. Then Sunset's fully open. How is Sunset Valley always open? You know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do 9 holes at 130. I think after such a busy weekend, I feel like I need to get out and walk. Get my little steps in. my trap setup that played out, kind of. Didn't really make new highs here, so this trap is not fully the way I used to trade them, but this kind of break right here is more of a trap. I don't know. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I mean, I'm upset a little bit, but at the same time, it's not. Just be thankful for being green again. And it's $50. It's not the end of the world, but in my world right now, $50 is a lot. It's about 20-30% of my total profit per day. And when I was starting to trade micros, I had like $600-700 days on micros. So I got to figure out a way to get back into that. Yeah, I'm going to book it. Why not? Go for a quick range session beforehand. Coming back down to the entry. Am I wrong to use minis instead of micros? I feel like it's easier. My thing is in the way. I think it's easier to catch smaller trades. Just got to make sure you're taking the right trades. Yes. But you have to take the right trades. That's the hard part. Poor guy, I got your email. Thank you. Am I doing giveaway for all or just members? We already did the members, so we're doing a giveaway for all in like 2 minutes. So just be ready because we're going to do a 3-minute entry window. All right, we're right back down. Right back down. So who knows? Maybe we'll still get a trade today. It won't be on stream. $200 a day keeps the day job away. I don't know about that. Maybe once I have 10 funded accounts at buffer. Right now we only have 1. Almost 2. Almost 2. We're going to do the drawing the old school way. So members will still have a 4 times more likely of a chance to win. So if you're a member, you're still going to have a better chance to win the next giveaway. Just because you are a member. This is going to be a no extension entry model. So 3 minutes. Off you go. You got 3 minutes. 12:08. The giveaway is closed. 12:08. The giveaway is closed. Eastern time. So in 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, actually. Must be here to win. Which, if you're not here in 3 minutes, then don't know what to say about that. We're breaking through here. Breaking through 220. We're at point of control at the moment. That's kind of what I was expecting. If we did this when I stopped out there, that would have been fine, you know. Now we're just gonna be patient for the 180 entry for the 3rd time today. Two minutes on the giveaway. 2 minutes on the giveaway. Make sure you guys hit that like button. That's one of the ways to win. You can't win without hitting the like button. The algorithm does not allow it. Right, chat? It's the courtesy algorithm. One minute warning. 1 minute warning. Maybe we'll get Phil into this trade as well. Well, I gotta go after this because I have an hour till tea time. I got an hour till tea time. Hey, did I book it? I didn't book it yet. Oops. I was asking my brother if they allow 9 holes. I only want to do 9. I don't have time for... All right. Thanks for entering. All right. Winner of the giveaway is... Drum roll, please. Maker. A maker. Going to get my clubs. Let's go, Tim. I want to see picks. I want to see the dirty picks of the clean clubs. You won, sir. You won. Congratulations. When is the first round, Tim? (22nd). I just booked the tea time in an hour, so I gotta go. Oh, I thought you weren't gonna get your clubs before that. Oh yeah, you asked me to play in that scramble. Yeah, I wish I could have. I got a DJ at the Red Bulls. Yeah, it's not far from me, I don't think. What's the course again? You should stay the night and we could play on the 23rd. Oh yeah, it's very close. But that's the name of the course? That must be a private course. Actually, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be private. Not every course is on Golf Now. I played there a couple of times. I played at Northampton and I played at the club at Twin Lakes, which is kind of nearby. Hope I could hit the ball as good as I've been hitting. Because the end of the last round, it kind of got sloppy. I'm going to blame it on the dark conditions. I was hooking the ball a little bit. We're going to end the Monday with the 6th green day in a row. 6 green days in a row, and hopefully we could continue. Should start getting daily payouts here soon. All right, yeah, that one's not on Golf Now. Well, I can't play that day, but I could play the next day. I could play on the 23rd. I would have to see the map, which way you have to drive. I wonder if we could find something that's on the way back home. Are you driving through Philly to get there? All right, guys, I gotta go though. Tim, I'll text you. Yeah, maybe we could figure something out. You'll find a place to camp in a Tesla. If you get approved, you could afford a hotel. Are all TPT accounts intraday drawdown? Yes. You have a bed for the back of the Tesla? Wait, you have the Y? Or the X? The Y, right? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, pull up right to the course. Camp there. Yeah, let's talk about it. I'm down. I wish I wasn't DJing on Saturday. I'm still gonna play it Saturday morning, but locally. I'm gonna do 9 holes in the morning, but all right, guys, I'm going. I gotta go at least hit a few balls at the range. Thanks for all the likes, all the support. 6 screen day in a row completed, and now it's time to play 9 holes. Had a busy weekend. Worked all weekend, even in the rain. I had a flat tire on my skid steer as well, so that was a pain in the butt. And yeah, so I didn't get to play any golf this weekend. Never mind, I lied. Because of the flat tire, I did play 9 holes on Saturday. Forgot about that. See? But let's see if we could shoot 10 under through 9 holes. Like real 10 under, not gimme putts and all that. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Take care now.